Hey guys, Rafe here from Evolve Move Play. One of the most common questions we get is that people are really intrigued by the idea of a natural movement, but they don't know how to program or get started with a movement practice. So today we are going to take you through our basic concepts for building a movement practice and show you how you can get started today. At Evolve Move Play, we focus on 4 primary factors in building an individual's movement practice. Number 1, your motivation and building your love of movement. Number 2, understanding the limiting factors and taking care of the body so you can have a safe long-term movement practice. Number 3, developing the specific skills that you want to become a more powerful mover. And number 4, understanding the broad scope of natural movement and building a general practice so you can become the most adaptable and resilient mover and experience the greatest freedom in movement in your life. The first concept is such a big key. All the time we hear, man, I would love to do natural movement. I would love to do parkour. I would love to do martial arts, but I need to get fit first. And the idea is that you have to do some drudgerous, boring thing that you have no motivation for before you can do the thing that you really care about. And this is totally the wrong way to go about it. The thing that you're inherently motivated about is the thing that you're actually going to do. And once you start moving, you're gonna start getting fitter, and you're gonna be way more willing to make the sacrifices that will support that practice that you're engaged by. At Evolve Move Play, we look at the inherent ways that people have played with their ability to move throughout the world and throughout history, and we build our practice through that. The best thing you can do is come join us at a seminar and see the full scope of that, but we can actually get started on that today. I wanna show you one simple way that you can get started with moving your body and engaging in a truly natural movement practice. When you come to an Evolve Move Play movement seminar, we're going to take you through the most basic forms of human movement play that are universally found across cultures and throughout history. But you can actually get started on the process of applying these concepts right now. All of you have probably engaged in doing some squats. You've been told it's one of the most important movement patterns. But how often have you actually just explored and played with that movement pattern as opposed to trying to add more weight or more reps? So join me. Come on, go ahead and squat down deep. And it's okay if your heels come up a little bit off the ground. It's okay if you have a tiny little bit of knee collapse or your back rounds out. We're not looking for perfection. We're not trying to teach you how to squat perfectly right now. We're trying to look at all the options that you have with squatting. We're trying to use it as an exploration and a play. So once we're down here and we're close to the ground, we want to think about how we can engage with concepts and have a task and have fun with it. So the first thing that I want you guys to do is just practice ways that we can go from squatting to sitting. So I can sit back, I can try to come back through a squat, I can fall to the side, back into a squat, fall to the other side, back into a squat. You might not find all of these easy, but it's just an idea of how you can start practicing moving through these positions and seeing how you can explore the whole space of them. So we can make this a little bit more fun, a little bit more engaging by adding a visualization, a concept. So you can imagine you have a little laser pointer with your finger and you have a bunch of targets around you. If you have a partner who you can chase, that's even better. But right now it's just me. So I'm gonna imagine that I have to shoot at something over there, and then something further behind me, and then a little bit further behind me, and then on the other side. And now I've got this game that I can play and see if I can keep my body oriented and moving. And I'm engaging with getting close to the ground and what my body can do in those positions close to the ground with a fun task. So right there we have the beginning of a movement practice. To develop a really beautiful and impressive ground floor practice, the first steps are just getting comfortable with these positions, just learning what our options are. And we can apply this process to any number of different movement fields, whether it's tree climbing or roughhousing or combatives. This mindset of simply getting into a specific task and exploring the different ways that we can move is really fundamental. Once we have that motivation, once we have that engagement, that exploration, now we can start working on what are our limiting factors? How can I become a stronger, more mobile person so that I can move better through these situations. And then we can start looking at specific skills, at specific techniques to become a more competent human mover. Finally, once we have a process to go from, unengaged to engaged, to having the physical capacity, to having the skills, then we can worry about being engaged in the broad spectrum of human movement so that you can become the best kind of version of yourself, the best version of the evolved human movement capacity. So if you come join us at an Evolve Move Play seminar, we're going to be able to take you so much deeper into that process. But I hope that you enjoy this and you can get started today, and we'll see you soon.